Hello goons and goonettes, MW Nick here, and we are officially 2 days away from Butterfly releasing. Well, technically it's 7 days for me because this is being recorded on November 12th and Butterfly is November 19th. But by the time this video comes out, it will be November 17th. So it would be 2 days. Anyways, I can finally rejoice as this is my most passionate and ambitious project I have ever put together. Weights will finally be lifted off my shoulders and then back on because, well, I'll explain another time. For now, let's discuss what Butterfly has in store. First off, I want to make it very clear that this is no average independent music artist's debut album. This ain't your grandma's average album either. So, yeah. It actually tells a whole fictional story. It's a story I've been writing for the past 2 years, and I'm proud of the outcome. If you notice stuff I posted on Instagram or YouTube, you will notice that I've been trying to tell a little story through like trailers of Butterfly. Though those videos are little expansions from the story that's going to be told in the album. The story that the album is going to tell is called Zayo's Arc. It would follow the protagonist of Butterfly, Zayo, because it's called Zayo's Arc. That, you know, it's in the name. And those little bits of pieces I have posted of the story on my social media, Instagram and YouTube, they're just expansions of what the story is. See, the whole universe I created, it has a very expansive world that I can revisit later on, even maybe with another album. Ooh, wink, wink. Or maybe through other mediums, but we'll see about that. Wink, wink, wink. But a little about the universe. Well, like they don't exactly have a name for it. Is that that it's set in like a modern day monarchy system. So you will hear like terms that we will use, but you would also hear terms that like a monarchy uses. So there's like kingdoms, there's kings and queens and princes and a bunch of other medieval monarchy stuff that I have. But I've also like drawn inspiration of like technology from our current day and world and put a little mix into it in this world I created. You'll notice some specific terms would relate to a specific thing in our world, which you will find out about it in the lyrics of each song. And that's as much as I can say because it would all be just spoilers at this point. So I don't want to spoil too much. You will just have to learn by listening to the album. And I will talk about the story once the album releases, so it'll be like a nice little gift. You know, maybe if you didn't understand it, maybe I could just explain it to you. Story aside, what else is in the album, Nick? Well, I'll tell you. When the album releases, you'll be gaining a total of 12 tracks, including the 2 singles, Dozen Tears and Medic. Now you might be asking, hey, what about Dawn in the Days, that first song you released? Wasn't that a single for the album? Well, yeah, you're right. But that's the old version. On the album, you'll be hearing a new version of Dawn in the Days. It's a very refined version of the song in which I'm more happy with. It's like a total new mix and new master. I redid the vocals. It's got some rewritten lyrics to fit more in the story. And I like it better than what I've originally did. My production level has evolved since then, and my taste for the old version is a bit mixed. But I'm more happy with this refined version. It's just better. That's all I can say. It's just better. With the 10 new tracks, each will have a lyric video, and it's all like kind of art design to it. Because each song will have a different cover, and then they'll have like a different design for their respective lyric videos. It'll be cool. It's a lot of work, but it'll be very cool. But before all of the lyric videos, on November 19th, there will be a full album audio visual containing all the songs and you'll be able to see each of the covers for the respective songs, and that's exactly the premiere of Butterfly. It'll be on YouTube. I haven't decided on a time yet. It'll probably be this as I'm editing right now. Future editing Nick, put the time that I'm gonna put right here, please. I don't know what it is gonna be yet. Maybe 6 or 7. 8? No, definitely not 8. That same day, the album will be available on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, and Amazon Music. And as far as that goes, that's what the album has in store. Not story-wise, but music-wise. Now, what happens after the album releases? That's a good question. The album is released. You can listen to it whatever you want. Please stream it. Please. Watch the lyric videos. But after November 19th, the lyric videos will be posted each day, maybe 2 a day. I'm still kind of deciding on that. But after the lyric videos, there are 2 more things that I have planned for Butterfly. And I can't quite announce it yet, but they're gonna be very special things. And that's all I can say. They're gonna be very special things. They will be announced after the album releases. But for now, expect cool things. Really cool things. It's gonna be really cool, guys. It's gonna be really cool. Now it's time for the personal part of this video, because the album is about life experiences I've had. Yeah. I've been working on this for the past 2 years. The idea and concept kind of started around summer of 2019. I was writing down bullet points, but I had no idea how to make music. It was until around the springtime 2020 when the pandemic really started happening. I started writing ideas and lyrics and hoping that they would turn into full songs one day. Then in late May, that's when I started making cool sounds on FL Studio Mobile. Yeah, on my phone. Throughout the summer, I was making demos for the album. None of them are actually in the album now, besides like 3. I honestly thought I was going to be able to release the album in the fall of last year, which is why I announced it so weirdly, but my resources were still limited at the time. I had to wait a bit and eventually got to release Stone in a Daze in October of last year. How it holds up? Well, I've made better now. Then in late December, I started making more progress in terms of the story and the songs themselves, but it started becoming a mess of my mind and I needed to cool down. Then I made No Serotonin Radio. I was working on both projects at the same time, but No Serotonin Radio was a cleanser for a simpler story because I was basically overwriting story stuff for Butterfly and I needed to take a step back from it. Now in July of this year, huge progress was made. I was ready to release a new single, and that was Medic. After my vacation and Medic, I was on a roll. All of the instrumentals were or near complete, and I went on a recording spree for vocals. Then Dozen Tears released on my birthday, which was cool, but I also had a chance to make the short film, Butterfly's Descent, to preview the album. It was a nice little thing to do since I am an aspiring filmmaker, and I wanted to do a related short film for this album. And now we are here. It's been a weird journey with a lot of changes. There was some stuff I was originally gonna do, and now I'm not gonna do those stuff anymore, and now I'm doing new stuff for it. There's a bunch of changes for this album. I'm happy with the outcome. Of course, I'll always hold this album close to me. It's my baby. I've always expressed myself in a funny or shy way, but this album was my way to express other things. While this album is about Zaya's arc, it's also about me. All of these songs rose from a night of thinking, and that thinking was about hating myself. I've come across different personality traits I have prematurely taken within me, and I realized I've not been in good mindsets. So this album has taught me a lot about myself and what I should do, and I hope that shines when you guys are listening to it. Writing these songs were probably the most difficult that I've ever had to do, because, it was a lot of it's just about hating myself. Maybe if you listen to the Butterfly to Me audio videos on Instagram, you would probably understand more what this album is about personally. All throughout last year, I've not been in good mindsets. I've been trying to write this album, and there is just not a lot of good days to write those lyrics. It was mostly into this year where I was finally able to process all my thoughts and write these songs, and yeah, a lot was very difficult. They were all very difficult to write, especially Butterfly. That took such a long time, but a lot of it had to do with the production and the instrumentals. So I was going through many different demos of these songs, trying to find the right ones to fit with the themes and all and whatnot, and then find the right lyrics for it. With this album, I really want to express myself as a writer and a storyteller, and that's the kind of person I am. I always found myself to be a creative person, and I'm lucky that my passion has exceeded to making music and making stories and all this other stuff. Butterfly, to me, has always been about peace, the concept of peace. For like the last almost 2 years now, it's always been out of reach. There's been a lot of, let's say, storms that I've gone through. It's just me wanting to grab peace just right there, but the butterflies keep flying away. They're like peace, and that's as much as I can explain it, because I have small brain. I already tried to process all my thoughts for this album, writing it and all the lyrics. But I'm really quite proud of this project. It's my most ambitious project I've ever put together. It was a really expensive project as well. But in some way, some people might find it a cheap project because, well, it was actually all produced on my phone. All the instrumentals were made on my phone through FL Studio Mobile. And I'm not necessarily in a cool, expensive studio. This is my bedroom. I recorded my vocals here, right here. I'm standing right here at my desk where my microphone is. And I'm glad I got a new microphone for recording vocals, because the other one was not gonna work. And that's what all my mind is right now for this video. Maybe I can explain some more stuff. There's a lot to process with this album and the meanings and thoughts. Maybe in a Q&A video. Actually, yeah, I should do a Q&A video. That'd be nice for you guys to ask questions and all that. And I guess that's the end of the personal part segment of this video. Let's just recap of what Butterfly has in store. 12 tracks. It will be available on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, and Amazon Music. The premiere is happening on November 19th. Whatever at this time, whenever I make the decision. There will also be merchandise. It's a really good way to support me and this album, is buy the merch, because Spotify literally pays less than pennies for each stream, so help me out here. But yeah, the merchandise is a good way to support me. There's some really cool designs. They'll be shown at the beginning of the premiere. But yeah, that's what Butterfly has in store. This project has taken a massive toll on me, but it's all worth it for the reasons I explained. It's taught me a lot of lessons. So join the premiere on November 19th at whatever time. That is the third time I'm doing that. Wow. Yeah. In 2 days, Butterfly will premiere what I call a magnum opus. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I hope you all join the premiere. Thank you. See ya.
Don't end the days I really messed up. Don't end the days I'm torn up. Don't let the sky is churn, hellish gray.